All right, it's Bill here, and here's my thoughts on a 4-3 win for the Toronto Maple Leafs over the Edmonton Oilers and what I thought was a pretty good hockey game to watch. I ended up watching it at a friend's house. So just before I get started on the Leaf game, I'm going to go on a little rant on something that's not hockey related. Unfortunately, our families, the friends we were at, and my family, were caught up in a scam with Taylor Swift tickets. So, if you want to probably go to the 36-second mark. If you go to the 3:36 mark, I'm probably going to go back to the hockey. But first of all, I just want to get into this. So we had bought these tickets a year and a half ago. Feels like, anyways. Felt like a long time to buy a ticket. I guess Taylor Swift's a pretty popular artist. I don't quite get her, to be honest with you. I don't understand. She's actually banned from my car. Her and Ed Sheeran are not allowed to be played in my car. I hear them, though, when it's not my car, because it's not my car and I don't make the rules. But, we're excited as a family. My daughter really wanted to go to this concert, and the son of the couple that we know, and then their daughter as well. We're going to this concert, and Ticketmaster had a horrible thing where and it's true, if you go on Ticketmaster, it didn't make sense to me as I was, and to be honest with you, it's my fault. I didn't look far enough into this. You hear a friend, a person who actually exists, who gets corporate tickets, had got them from before, seemed like reasonable, and then Ticketmaster had this stupid thing where you couldn't get the tickets or transfer the tickets until 3 days before the concert, which allowed this piece of scum to get away with what she did. And again, she's doing a little feign that she didn't do it, but I certainly didn't want to be in a news article. I can tell you, at no point did I want to be, and I'm not, my name will never be in there, but you can read it on CTV News, you can read it, it's a Burlington area, and her name is Denise, and she's a piece of filth. And I'm not going to give you your last name, but I'll narrow it down. There's 32 hockey teams. One of the names of the teams is her last name. And of course, the problem, I don't care about the money. Take the money from me. I've been ripped off before. I've been stolen from before. What are you going to do? People do this. They're scum. But to actually do this, get kids' hopes up, is one thing as a parent that you try to do, is to make sure that you don't have, your kids don't figure out how horrible the world is, right? You try to protect them against the filth and the scum and the elephant dung that live in this world. We failed. It's just what happened. Now, my daughter's 18, right? So she's there's more mature. I'm sure I think as part of this scam, there's like 8-year-olds, 10-year-olds. They don't need to deal with this. Anyways, what I'd like to say to this Denise, and again, my wife's worried that I'm going to contact, and I don't need to see filth. I know what filth looks like. I know what filth is. They're scammers. They're fraudsters, trying to rip off people. We've got to, some people ask me, Bill, why are you so negative in the world? That's because we live with this piece of garbage. But all I'm going to ask, or all I'm going to say to you, you piece of, first of all, I hope karma gets you. I hope the police do their job. It looks like they're looking into it. Of course, she's saying she filed her own police report. Yeah, she sold the same tickets 3 times. Now the people are figuring this out 3 days before the concert. All of a sudden, the tickets don't come. I just hope karma visits you. I hope karma's painful to you as well. And obviously, there's always a saying, how do people go to bed? You know why people go to bed? Is because they have no morals. That's how they get to sleep at night. They don't think about kids that they ripped off. They only think about themselves, because they're scum. So, you little piece of filth, I hope the cops do their job and really focus in on this and follow the money, because they'll find out that you're completely part of it. I've heard all the stories, and some people even trying to convince me she's not part of it. You're part of it. We all know it. We're not idiots, right? And I hope karma has a visit. And I'm glad I'm never going to see you, because, Anyways, sorry for that, folks. I'm at the 4-minute mark, so crap. I should have told you the 4-minute 37 mark. I'm going to get back to the hockey game. Anyways, getting back to this hockey game. Game starts off, and 1 minute into the game, Morgan Riley, huge blunder. Huge, it's 2 games in a row. or sorry, 2 out of the last 3 games where he made a huge blunder. I'll talk about a defenseman who makes blunders. I think they gave the belt to Mitchie Boitano. The belt didn't deserve to go to Mitchie Boitano. It deserved to go to an Edmonton Oiler, but we'll talk about that in just a second. But yeah, Adam Henrique on a 2-on-1. Riley trying to pinch again. Why at the beginning of the game are you doing these horrible pinches and getting caught? Anyways, shortly after that, the Leafs went to the net. Johnny T, Mitchie Boitano, and Bobby McMahon. A little bit of playing around the net, but they went to the net. They go to the net. The net. And you get a garbage goal. Banked off the post, just barely went in. Fair enough. All three of the Leaf players were at the net with the puck. I rarely see that. So let's give the cheer where it needs to be. And they bang it home, and Johnny T on the board. Although Johnny T against Connor McDavid as the matchup, I didn't think that was going to go very well, and it didn't for the most part. McDavid just didn't have a lot of touch. Well, but I thought defensively, at least they didn't put bad defensive men out against them. I saw Tanev a lot out against them. So, but fair enough. It's 1-1, and then there was a little dull in the game. And then we get into Evan Bouchard's first soiree into this game. Okay, I'm going to talk about the penalty on Johnny T. I'm not a big Johnny T fan. I'm not. Did he put his stick into the gloves of Evan Bouchard? He did. It's there. He definitely did it. Evan Bouchard dove. Like, NHL, there's supposed to be a $5,000 fine for this stuff, right? I believe in the rule book for diving. So Evan Luganis just did a full-on dive, 10 out of 10. I'm trying to figure out how a guy's stick hits your hands and you fall down. Then look at the ref. That's the key to the play, though. As you're falling down, it's like Greg Louganis. He's looking at the judges when he hits the ice and hits the water. Greg Louganis style. Way to go, buddy. Greggy Louganis. Evan Louganis. You're gone to the Charlie McAvoy School of Diving. And they dove, and then shortly into that penalty, right to McDavid. The last guy you want to see with an open net is McDavid. And put it home. And now it's 2-1. And I thought Edmonton were definitely dominating the play at that point. It just looked like there was no chance for the Leafs. I don't know what the shots. It was like 18-15 going into third. The Leafs just couldn't. There was no. Me and the guy we counted how many times on the ice the Leafs forwards either had 1 goal or 0 goals. Like, and it was like, okay, you got the Domi line with Nyes and Nylander, or you have the Tavares line with Marner and McMahon, or you have nothing. You have 0, zilch. There's no chance of that to score. David Kampf, 0 goals. Holmberg, 0 goals. Robertson, 1 goal. Duar, 0 goals. Ryan Reeves, we'll talk about him in just a second. 0 goals. That's not good. No bueno. The Leafs have no third or fourth line. There's nothing there. So they throw them out there. Okay, they skate around. But you know that they're not going to score, and that's what majority of it is. But before we get into the comeback, Ryan Reeves hit. Okay? First of all, shocking. I'm going to give you the Ryan Reeves report. It'll probably be my last Ryan Reeves report for a long time. But I actually haven't checked out the Ryan Reeves report yet. Ryan Reeves. 0, 0, 0, 0, 5. Oopsie poopsie. 5 on the penalty minutes. 3 minutes and 54 seconds of ice time. They gave him 1 hit. I guess that's the hit. Okay, let's talk about the hit. Yes, he hit him in the head. No doubt. And as all of you know, I'm a big Ryan Reeves fan. As you're all aware. But can I talk about one thing? Okay, personally, I think he should be suspended. Let's suspend him. So there's 82 minus 19. I believe that's 63 games. I think we should suspend him for 63 games. So, George Peros there, you hate the Leafs, right? You do. So let's take it out on them here. Let's suspend Ryan Reeves for 63 games. You're doing me a favor by doing it. You're doing Leaf fans a favor. You're doing the Leafs a favor. They don't know about it. They think it's not a favor. But 63 games sounds correct. Tyler Ennis wore 63. Let's make it a Tyler Ennis suspension, 63 games. Okay, so suspend him, please. But let's talk about Nurse. When in the world, as a defenseman, do you skate around with your head down? This is, you learn that the hard way in Pee Wee hockey. You get your head up, you see who's coming. You don't look down. At no point did Nurse look up. He had his head down. Did he deserve to get whacked in the head? No. But you gotta get your head up, bud. Like, there's gotta be some kind of, okay, Reeves gonna get suspended, but there's gotta be someone talking to Nurse. Like, you might have a little bit of issue here, but get your head up. There are people on the ice that are gonna try to hit you. Maybe you should look. He's looking at the puck the whole time. Holy wow. This is NHL hockey, bud. This ain't bantam minor coming around the net. And if you come around the net and bantam minor with your head down, you're gonna get hit. Like, God, get your head up, man. But you want to know my thoughts on the hit? He hit him in the head. It's pretty clear. But man, like, I get it. The guy who hits is the one who's supposed to, and he should be suspended. 63 games, please. But isn't there kind of some onus on Nurse on this one? Get your head up. Anyways, you thought that would spark some life and commotion in the game. It actually didn't. Like, a guy bleeding out of his visor's covered in blood. You'd like to think the Edmonton Oilers might have got a little peed off. They didn't. You know, the Edmonton Oilers are very similar to the Leafs of last year. They got no defense, no D. This year we got no third line or fourth line that can score, but we got a little bit of D. The Oilers, no D, like none, like zero, like 0, 0, 0, 0. Maybe echo, maybe. Anyways, we go into the third period. I'm thinking it's. My buddy asked, "What do you think the score is going to be?" I said 3-1. Empty net goal for Connor McDavid. And then the person who should have got the award they should have taken the Toronto Maple Leaf belt and they should have ran it over to the Edmonton room and put it on Evan Bouchard. Evan Louganis. He deserved the award. He had 2 primary assists for the Leafs. Fantastic, buddy. Takes it out of the corner. And for some reason, beyond me, he fires it up the middle high. That's a pass. You're passing the puck, but waist high, across the middle of the ice in your zone. That's Todd Gill stuff, bud. Like, that's Todd Gill in overtime against the Chicago Blackhawks. Handing it over, who was it? Troy Murray buries it home. I'm listening on the radio, and the Leafs are out of the playoffs. That's bad. And it hits Connor McDavid in the ass. Like, all Bouchard had to do was go off the boards. But no, Evan Bouchard thinks he's got to help out the Leafs, and thank you, sir. Thank you, Evan Louganis. Perfect. Goes right to Matt Nyes. Matt Nyes buries it on Skinner, who couldn't stop a beach ball. It was completely out of position, but again, I don't know if you blame him on that one. It's friggin', I don't think he's expected his defenseman to throw a pizza pie right up the middle. And then, like, I'm thinking, if I'm the coach for the Oilers, like, that guy's not seeing another shift ever. And they put him right back on the ice. Fantastic. Puck goes around. He puts no effort. He does the Nylander at the end of last season effort in the regular season before he got his migraines. He does that effort. And Bobby McMahon just outskates them all. The goalie, he comes halfway out. Is it soccer or something? He gets stuck. Bobby McMahon, and I thought he put it off the crossbar at first, but Evan Bouchard just handed 2 goals. He said, I know the game's 2-1. I would like to make the game 3-2. Here you go, Toronto Maple Leafs. And they still put Bouchard back on the ice. It was great. And then he nearly did some stupid move at the blue line that Marner nearly picked off before the game ended. Evan Bouchard's a terrible defenseman. If you're an Edmonton Oilers fan, like, that's Jake Gardner-ish stuff right there. That's bad. But thank you, Evan. Evan Louganis. You dove on the first one, and then you decided to give the Leafs 2 goals because you felt bad about it. Thank you very much, sir. Bobby McMahon is the recipient of that, and bam, home, 3-2. Holy cow. Within minutes, we're going 3-1 Leafs, and then we're like, the movement. Let's talk about the third goal. Did Connor McDavid push the stick? Yes. I don't have to tell you that. You can watch the replay. I don't care if you're an Edmonton Oilers fan. Why John Tavares dropped a stick might be the first question. He got deked out so bad by McDavid. You might, Janet couldn't even hold a stick. He got deked out that bad. Like usually you deked out of your pants. He deked it out in his pants, and then he dropped a stick because he was so disoriented with what happened to him. And then McDavid passed it, and he did hit the stick. What in the hell is Janet doing going to try to grab the stick? It's at the blue line. The puck is right in your friggin' crease. Tackle someone, for God's sake. You don't chase your stick. What the... So yes, by law, or by law, I was stuck with the Taylor Swift nonsense. By rule, when you push someone's stick, that's an interference call. I got that part of it, Leaf fans. I got it. I'm a Leaf fan. I'm with you. But what the hell is Donnie... Why did he drop his stick in the first place? Because he dropped it in a really convenient area in front of the net. And second of all, why did he chase the stick? And by the way, did you see him try to pick up the stick? the goal went in. He was still trying to get the stick. When you lose your stick, you don't leave your position to go get a stick. I believe I was probably about novice when someone told me, if you drop the stick, or if you're a forward, give it to your defenseman or goalie. There's rules when someone drops their stick. You don't go chase the stick while the puck is in front of your net. What am I... Sometimes, I know, I expect a lot of the hockey players, I guess. I don't know. But that was the stupidest thing I've ever saw. Of course, you imagine me in my relationship with Johnny T. I was not happy. By the way, just because I wanted to be fair, I asked the guy I was with, how many battles did Johnny T win last night? He lost every one. The only person who got the puck back was Matthew Nice. The only one. Off a board battle. Mitchie did a lot of stealing. We'll talk about the overtime goal. The only person who won a board battle last night that had a Toronto Maple Leaf sweater on, or Toronto Maple Leaf won a sweater, was Matthew Nice. And the defensemen were bad. Holy jeez. And then we get into overtime. Can you imagine what I was thinking when I saw Janet on the ice with Connor McDavid? On a 3-on-3. I was not thinking good thoughts. And it wasn't good thoughts. Because Connor McDavid just went through the team and got a shot. Stolarz, great save. Stolarz, wall. Great goalie combination. Finally for the Leafs. I love the goalies. And then Leon Draisaitl just slows down and speeds up and sayonara. Janete. 2-on-1. Mitchie Baitano with the steal. Going back up the ice. 2-on-1. Now, Mitchie had to slow down to wait for Johnny T. And I just thought, don't pass it. Just shoot the puck. Shoot the puck. Shoot the puck. Shoot the puck. And he shot the puck. 4-3 Leafs win. Mitchie Baitano dominated that play. That's got to be an unassisted goal. I'm just looking. It's unassisted. That was a great, great play. Thank you, Mitchie. And the best is, I cannot take credit for this. And I will not take credit for this. But I got a wonderful text. And I'm going to share it with you now. But it's not mine. So I cannot take credit for this. If you want to know, it's a buddy of mine. He said that figure skaters matter. And they do. They do, Mitchie Baitano. They matter. And you got the win, 4-3. Perfect. Thanks for listening. If you did put up with or listen to my Taylor Swift rant, I apologize for that. I just want this lady's name out there. And we'll hope that the cops do their job. I had a disappointed daughter. We had a disappointed son. But we had a good night of... we played beer pong. Beer pong. They had new rules to it. I didn't like the new rules. But we ended up having a really solid night considering what happened to both our families. But anyways, Denise, I do wish the best for you. And hopefully the Burlington Finest or Milton or whatever, Hamilton, wherever your scam comes from, I hope the cops do their job and you spend some considerable amount of time. Because from my understanding, it's over $300,000 now that you took from people. Anyways, sorry for that. They don't play Vegas till Wednesday, so I guess you're not going to see my ugly mug until Wednesday. Although I'm going to enjoy some darts today. Martin Lukeman against Luke Littler. If you're interested in darts, that's happening at 2:45 our time. Cheers.